Hocam sesim geliyor mu?
Sesin geliyor Yavuz. Nasılsın?
İyiyim hocam, siz nasılsınız?
İyiyiz elhamdülillah. Yaz tatilindeyiz. Boş geçmiyor yani. Şimdi maçlar var, UFC'ler var. Tenise gidiyorum, geziyoruz elhamdülillah. Biraz sıcak havalar ama biz sıcak yerden geldiğimiz için bizim bulunduğumuz yer daha sıcaktı yani. Burası sıcaktı ama çok fazla şey değil. Nemli değil yani.
Hı.
Şey izledin mi UFC'yi?
Evet, izledim
Alexis
hocam.
Pereira.
Siz izlediniz mi?
Evet ya tabii. Adam çok fena yaptı ya.
Evet.
Adamın sol el vuruşu var ya. Yani
Hı?
çok fazla böyle hareket etmiyor ama kısa bir şekilde.
Evet.
İyi bakalım. Şimdi ondan sonraki maç daha heyecanlı olacak. Bir şeyle çıkacak ki bundan sonra herhalde. Ankalaev'la.
Evet, evet.
Ankalaev'de böyle yani normal şartta hiçbir yenilmemiş yani.
Hı
Bir
hı.
kere yenildi de bu şu anki Pereira'nın yendiği eleman var ya.
Hı hı.
Herhalde ona yenilmiş galiba yanlış hatırlamıyorsam. Onu da yanlışlıkla hakem durdurdu. Sonra adam itiraz etti. Yani olmuş. Olay olmuş yani.
Hı.
Yoksa hep yeniyor yani Ankalaev'de. Bakalım. Pereira da çok kötü de. Abi şimdi onu merak ediyorum nasıl olacak. Ee, Yavuz hemen başlayalım. Şimdi bugün iki war problems hakkında konuşuyorduk. Denklemler. Onu bitireceğiz. Bugün de işte inequalities hakkında konuşacağız. Ondan sonra yavaş yavaş şeye başlayacağız. Fonksiyonlara. Evet. Yani 10 tane şey vermiştim. Soru.
Onları
Onu
tamamladım hocam.
vaktin oldu mu? Ha?
Hı hı. Evet, hepsini yaptım.
Çözebildin mi hepsini?
Hı hı.
Güzel. Şimdi birazdan bakacağız ona. Tamam. Şimdi algebra bir tool ya yani öyle anlamak lazım. Çok insan algebra deyince farklı bir matematik mi falan filan diye anlıyorlar da. Mathematics is a general word, right? But algebra, trigonometry, or statistics, or linear algebra, differential equations, discrete math, they're all math. It's a part of math. But actually, algebra, what is it? Why do we learn in algebra in grade 7 or 8 or 9 and 10? Because it's a tool. You're going to solve every question using algebra after a certain level. Now, in primary school, you don't use algebra. Maybe partially you use, you just take the first step. But once you start middle school, step by step, you should be get introduced with or to algebra. Yeah, otherwise, a lot of questions, without algebra is really hard. That's why algebra made a huge, what is it, change in the history of math. Once algebra is introduced, and after that, people they develop math really fast. And after that, pre-calculus and not pre-calculus, calculus. Yani ne demek istiyorum Yavuz? Ne kadar fazla bu konsept anlayışın artarsa o kadar sorular daha iyi anlar, daha iyi çözebilirsin. Şimdi soruya bakıyorsun. Now you have a lot of experiences, a lot of methods. You try one method, it doesn't work. The second method, it doesn't work. Third method, it doesn't work. Tamam. O yüzden tool'lar ne kadar fazla olursa o kadar çok şey yapabiliriz. Şahsen ben bunu öyle anlıyorum matematiği. Şimdi çok insan tekrar diyeyim de nerede kullanacağım diye düşünüyorlar. Ya hayatta kullanmak değil. Sen bir şeyi definition alıyorsun. Onu anlayıp da onu hemen pratiğe dökebiliyor musun, dökemez misin? Bu matematik one of the such ways, okay, to develop our problem solving skill. And if you have other ways, you're welcome. But people, mathematicians, scientists, scholars, okay, they accepted this as a kind of way to develop our humans, right? Problem solving skill, abstract thinking skill, and everything. That's a kind of shortcut. Yani direkt olarak kullanıyor muyuz? Tabii ki kullanıyoruz. Yani her yerde matematik kullanıyor, tamam. Şimdi Yavuz, today he'll talk with you, say absolute value function. Tamam. Sen absolute value deyince ne anlıyorsun Yavuz?
Bilmiyorum. Absolute value.
In the absolute value of A. Okay, absolute value of A. It's a new notation. So what should we understand by this? We should understand that number one, if it is equal to A, if A is greater than or equal to 0, that's equal to negative A less than or equal to 0. That's the definition. Actually, what does absolute value of A mean? It is a distance. So on the number line, and here we have 0, okay? When I just say that absolute value of A, I mean that's actually this A, how far is it from 0? And since it's a distance, that's why it is always non-zero. Like, for example, when I say that, what is absolute value of negative 3?
It's 3.
I'm asking you that, how far is negative 3 away from 0? So that means that here we have 3, 1, 2, 3. Here we have 3, right? So the distance between negative 3 and 3, negative 3 and 0, that's equal to 3. And if we have another number, how about if we have here a 3 and also absolute value of 3? That means that I'm asking you, how far is 3 away from 0 on the number line? So that is 3 units away. Yeah, and that's a distance. That's why it's always non-negative, okay? All right. So that means that absolute value is never equal to negative number. If I ask you this question, what is the solution of this equation? It was absolute value of x is equal to 5. Okay. What do I mean by asking that? What is, for example, absolute value of x equals 5? What is x? I'm asking you this question. How many numbers, or what are the numbers on the number line? They are 5 units away from 0.
5 and negative 5.
Two numbers, right? So we have
Yeah.
two numbers. That's equal to negative 5, or x is equal to 5. Now, how about if I ask this question? Absolute value of x is equal to, let's say, negative 3. What is the solution of this equation?
3.
No. What numbers are negative 3 units away from 0 on the number line?
Oh, negative 3 and 3. And they're just
No.
negative.
No, we don't have such numbers because we do not use negative number to measure the distance, right?
Yeah.
We never say, when I ask you how tall are you, you never say that I am negative 5 feet or negative 6 feet. We always use non-negative number. So that means that since on the left-hand side, this absolute value of x is always greater or equal to 0. So that means that it cannot be equal to a negative number. Why? Because we do not use negative numbers to measure the length. This is how we define things, right? We do not use negative numbers to measure the length. And that's it. That's the definition. Okay, what you have to know is absolute value of A is defined as A if A is non-negative. That's equal to negative A if A is negative. It's negative, we should multiply this by 3 so that it becomes positive. So what is a geometric meaning of absolute value? It is a distance between the number A and 0 on the number line. Şimdi bunu tanımladık değil mi? Tanımladık. Şimdi bunu anlamaya çalışıyoruz. Nasıl? Through practicing questions. We are just using these ideas. Okay. Oh, this inequality. Okay. All right, let's start. That was if absolute value of x equals 7. What are the possible values of x?
Negative 7 and 7.
X equals negative 7 or x equals 7, right? In set form, it was also we can write with curly bracket. We can just list the elements. What are the numbers? Negative 7 and 7. Okay. And question 2, read it.
If x equals negative 4, what are the possible values of x? There's no 0.
Empty set, right? So we don't have such numbers. Okay. Then how do we solve equations involving absolute value? Step number 1.
Isolate the absolute value expression.
Step number 2.
Create two cases. Set the inside equal to both the positive and negative value of the number on the opposite side of the equal sign. Solve both equations. Check for extraneous solutions.
Okay, extraneous, do they work or not? So, like x minus 9 equals 5. Right? On the right-hand side, we have 5. It's already isolated for you. So actually, if you just take x minus 9 as x or just y, so what numbers are 5 units away from 0 on the number line? We have two numbers, right? So I had to solve two equations. X minus 9 is equal to negative 5, or x minus 9 is equal to 5. Because if x minus 9 equals negative 5 or 5, absolute value of negative 5 or 5 equals 5, right? And now we have to solve this separately. What is the solution of the first equation?
X equals 4.
4. And second equation?
X equals 14.
14. So now if you check this, 4 minus 9, negative 5, absolute value of negative 5 equals 5. Yes, that's correct. 14 minus 9, it is 5. Absolute value of 5 is 5. That's correct. So now dot, dot, dot, our solution will be in set form. It is 4 and 14. Okay. So try question 4, Yavuz.
Let's see, okay, plus 7 plus 3. Okay, plus 7. Plus 4. So it's okay equals negative 4. So it's just k. Uh, k equals negative 2 and 2.
No. Here 2k plus 7 equals 3, or 2k plus 7 equals 3, right? Negative 3.
Yeah.
Or either case. For the first equation, 3 minus 7, negative 4 over 2, negative 2. And second equation, negative 3 minus 7 minus 10 divided by 2, negative 5.
Negative 5.
Because if you move 7 to the right-hand side, negative
Oh,
3 minus 7, negative 10, right?
yeah.
So the solutions are, it is in increasing order. Let's say negative 5 and negative 2. Okay.
Okay.
5.
Okay. Um,
Yes, yes.
y equals negative 39 and 6.
39.
Negative
Why? If
39?
you move 17 to the right-hand side, 23 minus 17 is 6, right?
Yeah.
So now that means that y minus 1 equals negative 6, or y minus 1 equals 6. If negative 6, it should be negative 5, right?
What?
Negative
Yep.
5 or 7.
How?
Also, if you just check this without solving yellows, something plus 70 equals 23. So y minus 1, absolute value should be 6, right? So when y minus 1 equals 6, either y equals 7 or y equals negative 5.
What? And then, okay.
Okay. Do
Yeah.
question 6.
M equals 5 and negative 21.
Very good. The first step is m plus 8 is equal to plus minus 39 over 3. That is 13. Dot, dot, dot. So the solution is y. If it is plus, it is 5. If it is minus, negative 21. But usually, we should write in ascending order from the smallest to the biggest. So that is negative 21 and 5. Good. So Yavuz, without solving this, can you do this mentally? 7. What are the possible values of r?
Uh, uh, negative 2. So, positive 3.
No. Look
No?
at it carefully.
Okay. Yeah. 16. 32 divided by 16 is 2. And then,
If you divide by 16 by the
oh,
first step,
wait. I think I know. Negative 7.
no.
No?
It's empty sets because on the right hand side we have negative 2, right?
Oh.
Because on the left hand side, absolute value, which is greater than or equal to 0, because absolute value of anything, it doesn't mean anything, is always greater than or equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
On the right hand side, we have negative number. And non-negative number is never equal to negative number, right?
Yeah.
That's why no solutions.
Yeah.
Okay,
Got it.
do question 8.
Um, y equals 22 and 2.
Very good. Y equals, on the right hand side, we have 12, right? So if it is 12, y should be either negative 2 or 22. Okay, question 9.
Um, uh, don't I have to flip?
You better flip this because we always keep the variables on the left hand side. You don't have to, but we keep it as a kind of trash. It's easy to solve. So if you do this at the same time, right, 8 minus p, also move negative 11 to the right hand side, negative 5 plus 11, you'll get this equation, right?
Yeah, okay. That's what I
Good.
meant. It's just it's just 2. Wait, 2. Okay, that took a while. Which one was it?
Question
Oh, the
9.
P equals -6 and 8.
-6 and 8.
I don't know, my head is. Wait.
First, 8 minus what number is 6? It is 2, right? The first solution. Or you can just write here 8 minus P is equal to 6. Or
Oh,
8 minus P equals -6.
yeah, wait, no, I thought the 8 was negative. Mm, -2, and then 4. Negative. Is it -2 and -14?
No. Why -2? Yavuz, if you move this negative P to the right, 6 to the left, P equals 8 minus 6 is 2, right?
What?
And that's why in the question, if you do always check this, check for extraneous solution. Extra comes from outside, right? So extraneous means that it's like not suitable, irrelevant, not related to. Okay, because always check this, does it make sense or not? Actually, usually extraneous means that we consider the second case, absolute value on the left-hand side, negative number on the right-hand side, so it's irrelevant, right? But also here, when you get the answer quickly, you can check. Here, 8 minus 2 equals 6, right? So P is equal to 2. You're taking away P from 8, the result is 6. So P must be 2, right? And how about here? Move this P to the right and 6 to the left. So P should be equal to, it is 14, because 8 plus 6 is 14, right?
Yeah.
You should practice moving from left to right, right to left, and minus becomes plus, plus becomes minus. That's it. Multiplication, division, division, multiplication. So solutions are 2 and 14. Okay,
Hmm.
that's the question 10. Or can you do this mentally without making any calculation?
Yeah.
What do you do in the first step?
You times 0 by 9.
Very good. So 3a plus 12 is equal to 0, right? So absolute value of what number is 0?
0
0. So what is a?
equals 0.
-4. Why? Because 3 times -4, -12. -12 plus 12 is 0. Absolute value of 0 is 0, right?
So negative.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Now try question 11. But try step by step. As you solve more and more questions, you get faster and faster. Because just to be able to solve the question correctly is not enough. Also, speed is important. 11.
Um, C equals -30 and
-30.
and yeah, and then
First,
and
did you do
10.
like this? Yavuz, move this first to the right and this 15 to the left and switch. So we have 4 times absolute value of C plus 10 is equal to 9 plus 15. Did you write this equation?
No,
Why not?
because I don't even understand what that is.
Because we need to isolate, right? To isolate means that absolute value thing keep somewhere and the rest of the thing take to the right or left.
Okay.
It's like you can solve, what we're doing here is you can solve like this.
4 divided by 4.
The idea of algebra, the whole thing. Look, Yavuz, let me just label this by x. So what do we have here? We have this kind of equation: 9 minus 4x equals -15, right?
Okay.
And actually, you don't have to, but also I can do like this: -4x equals -15. minus 9.
Okay.
Right? So what is x? X equals negative 15 minus 9. What is it?
24 divided by 4.
Negative 24 divided by negative 4 equals 6.
6.
But when I do at the first step, if you move this absolute value to the right, negative 15 to the left, you don't have to deal with negative sign. That's why I'm just doing this mentally. Okay, move to the left, to the right, so that everything will be positive. Right? It's the same thing. And now what is x? X is absolute value c plus 10, right?
Yeah.
So that's equal to 6.
Yeah.
So from here, c plus 10 is equal to 6, or c plus 10 is equal to minus 6. Right? And now we can write the solution. C, what is the first solution of this equation?
6. Negative 6.
The first one is negative 4. 6 minus 10 is negative 4, right? And how about the second one? What is negative 6 minus 10?
Negative 6 minus 10 is 4.
Negative 16.
Negative 6. Oh.
Yeah, negative 6 minus 10. Because minus means moving to the left, right? Minus 6 minus 10 minus 16. What does it mean? On the number line, you are here at negative 6. Minus 10 means that you are moving 10 units to the right, right? So here you have negative 16. Minus means moving to the left. Plus means to the right. That's a geometric interpretation of this thing. Okay, let's continue. You're getting better. Do question 12. You see here, I mean, mentally, if you do this part, okay, I can just move this to the left. Minus becomes plus, and this one to the right. Negative 16 plus, and negative 16 becomes plus, right? So the first step, if you can write this one, that means you understand a lot of things. K over 5. On the right-hand side, we have 8 plus 16. We call this
Okay.
algebraic manipulation.
Equals to uh 10. Is it k equals 10 and negative 10?
Very good. That's it. So dot, dot, dot. K is equal to negative 10 or 10. Okay. Now let's start a bit harder question. Now we don't have only numbers, we have variables. Okay. So in question 13, Yavuz, exactly the same idea, but now we're going to deal with variables. Absolute value of something is equal to something, right? And by definition, that means that 3x minus 9 should be equal to x plus 1, or 3x minus 9 should be equal to minus x plus 1. Should I have it closer? Or 3x minus 9 should be equal to minus x plus 1. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Because here, if I ask, the same thing, right? Here we have absolute value of negative a is equal to absolute value of a. They're equal to each other, right?
Yeah.
And also instead of a, if I write minus x plus 1 is equal to just x plus 1, they're the same thing. Okay, using this method, now we have to solve this. So 3x minus 1 absolute value equals something by definition. 3x minus 9 equals either x plus 1, or instead of 3x minus 9, if you write minus x plus 1, you get the same thing. And what do we have here? Just linear equation. We know how to solve this. In the first one, move x to the left-hand side. 3x minus x is 2x. Negative 9 to the right-hand side, 1 plus 9 is 10. So x equals 5. In the second one, here we have 3x minus 9 equals minus x minus 1. Negative x to the left-hand side, positive
4.
x, 3x plus, yes, 4x. How about on the right-hand side?
It's 8.
8. So x equals
2.
2. But Yavuz, here, make sure that both of them works, because on the right-hand side, this x plus 1, it must be non-negative number. 5 plus 1, 6, it works. 2 plus 1, 3, it works.
It can't be negative, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you need to check this sometime. Later you'll see that in some situation you have answers, but also you need to pick suitable answer. Not every answer will be the solution to the problem. So now the solution will be, the first solution is 2, the second one is 5. Okay. Try question 14.
Um, H. Um, okay. I don't know. Because I divided the 14h by 2.
Very good. So here we have h plus 8 is equal to 7h, right?
Yeah.
So absolute value is something equals 7h. So that means that this h plus 8, it should be equal to 7h, or that h plus 8 should be equal to minus 7h, right?
Oh, okay.
Do you feel it, Yavuz? Because absolute value of something means something. So that inside this x plus h, when is equal to 7h or minus 7h, it gives us the same thing, right? I'm just using this idea, this definition. Because we know that negative 3 is equal to positive 3, that's equal to 3, right? So if you solve the first equation, what is h?
Uh, so the first equation. So you take the 7h to the other side. 6h. I don't know. Does it have, is it what? Negative 8?
No, positive, right? 8 over 6, right?
Yeah. But how is it
If you move
positive?
h to the right-hand side, 7h minus h is 6h. Divide both sides by 6, 8 over 6. And divide both numbers by 2, 4 over 3.
But wouldn't it be negative 8 because you're, no. Are you moving? Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Because I'm just moving this h to the right-hand side first,
Yeah.
right? And after the switch,
Mhm.
7h minus 8, 6h. 6h equals 8, right?
Yeah.
And how about the second equation? What is h?
Uh, H, so you move that H to that side. Negative 6H. And then uh negative 8 over 6. Like 8 over 6 negative.
No, no, no. If you move this h to the right-hand side,
Oh, it becomes, oh wait, no. 8
negative
over,
8, right?
yeah, negative 8. So 8, and then it just equals 1 or negative 1.
Negative 1.
Yeah.
But do I write both answers the solution?
Yeah.
No. That's why the question says that this extraneous, how do you pronounce this? Extraneous solution means that irrelevant solution. So which one is irrelevant here? This negative one is irrelevant.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you put -5 on the right-hand side, 14 minus -1, it was -14. On the right-hand side, we have positive number. On the right-hand side, negative number. So that's why this answer is rejected.
Oh, okay.
So the only solution here is, it is 4/3.
I understand.
Okay. Because if h is all right, 15.
So, okay.
Extraneous.
Extraneous.
Eight. Figure 6. Right. Yeah. Um,
Yes.
not too sure, but I think so. Was it divided by 5/2? Okay. Is it so? I got n equals 8/6, and then as
Okay.
an extraneous solution, I got -5/2.
-5/2 or just -2?
I got -5/2.
Okay. And also one thing, just for convenience, okay? Because this thing step by step, it shows how your math is rigorous. So this absolute value of a minus b is equal to absolute value of b minus a. Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
If I ask you, can you prove it? Can you prove it?
I think so.
Because you have to use this property. Now, absolute value of a times b is equal to absolute value of a times absolute value of b. Right? Like, how do I prove this? This b minus a, let me just start from the left-hand side. I can write b minus a as -1 times a minus b. Right? -a times -1 times a, -a, -1 times -b, this positive b. So that's b minus a. Now, using that property, I can write as -1 times -a minus b. And what is the absolute value of -1? It is 1. So that's just equal to a minus b, because 1 times a is 8, right? Okay, you don't have to, but if you do this, I just want to keep this as plus. So I can rewrite this 8 minus 2n as 2n minus 8. The same thing. At the same time, -5n move to the right-hand side. It is 7n plus 2, right? Why am I doing this? Not to deal with is 6, right? Sorry, it's 6. 6n
Yeah.
plus 2.
Yeah.
6n plus 2. 6n plus 2.
Yeah.
And just I want to keep this variable first, but you don't have to. If you do this, you can get faster. And for me, it is really fast and better. 2n minus 8 is equal to 6n plus 2, or 2n minus n equals minus 6n minus 2. Did you write minus 2 here?
Yeah. But
Okay.
what I didn't do is, you know how it's 8 eksi 2n? I didn't
Uh-huh.
like flip it. Ters
Okay,
çevir.
it doesn't matter. Let's just do this your way. I just want to show you that, if you know the things, if some teachers use this method, you can understand. Otherwise, every time you should think, oh, why is this so? Mathematically, it's not incorrect. So here we have then 8 minus 2n is equal to 6n plus 2.
Mhm.
So you wrote it as 8 minus 2n equals 6n plus 2,
Mhm.
or 8 minus 2n equals minus 6n minus 2, right?
Yeah.
From the first equation, move 6n to the left-hand side, negative 8n, and 6 to the right-hand side, minus 6. Is that right?
Yeah.
And n is equal to 6 over 8. Both numbers are divisible by 2. It is 3 over 4. The second one, negative 6n, move to the left-hand side. It is 4n. Negative 2, 8 to the right-hand side, minus 2, minus 8. It is minus 10, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So n is equal to minus 5 over 2. Your answer is correct. You said minus 5 over 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. So now which one is the answer? Both or only one?
Uh, 3/4 because you can't use -5/2.
Yeah,
It's
negative 5
extra.
over 2. It's not because of negative. If you substitute it here, this 6n plus 2 will be negative, right?
Yeah.
That's why. But the answer can be negative. So we have only one answer, that is 3/4. Okay. All right, let's do the next question. It was 16.
So, 9. W equals 11 and 9/5.
11 and 9/5.
Yeah.
Really? So it has no solution because in both cases, the left-hand side will be negative number, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we have 6w plus 20 equals minus 4w minus 2,
Wait, hocam
or,
don't you, because
yes.
o 6W artı 20'yi öbür tarafa değiştirdin ya.
Aha.
O 20 şimdi eksi 20 olmuyor mu?
Ya değiştirmiyoruz da sadece switch yapıyoruz.
Aa, I made
Sen
it.
bunu sağa alırsan o zaman değişir. Ama sen switch yaparsan hiçbir şey değişmez yani. A eşit B, B eşit A aynı şey değil mi?
Ha.
Ama şöyle yaparsan desen ki ben bu şekilde yapıyorum. Mesela A eşit B değil mi? Şimdi B'yi bu tarafa alıyorsun. A'yı bu tarafa alıyorsun. Değişmiyorsun şu an. Alıyorsun burada. O zaman negative B will be equal to negative A.
Hmm.
Right? Again, you multiply by negative negative, so you will get B is equal to A, right? Anladın mı?
Mhm.
Onu switching'de öğrenciler yanlış yapar. Çünkü A eşit B ise B eşittir A'dır yani. Mesela switch yapıyorum ama bir değişkeni soldan sağa, sağdan sola alırsan o zaman değiştiriyoruz. O zaman switching yapmıyoruz yani. Tamam, devam edelim. Şimdi burada negative 2 4W take to the left hand side. 6W plus 4W, it is 10W. And negative 2 minus 20, negative 22, right?
Mhm.
So from here, W is equal to 2.2 with minus. And how about the second one? Let me just draw a line not to get confused. So 6W, 4W move to the left-hand side. It is 2W. 2 minus 20, it is negative 18. So W is equal to negative 9.
Aa,
Şimdi bunu kafadan böyle tahmin olarak hesaplarsan negative 4 times negative 2.2, it is 8.8. 8.8 minus 2, 6.8 is positive. So no
huh?
problem. And if you write negative 9 times negative 4, 36. 36 minus 2, 34. Positive. Right? So we do not have any extraneous, right? Extraneous solutions here or irrelevant solutions here. Both are the answers, possible answers. So what are the solutions of this? Negative 9 and negative 2.2. O extraneous yani irrelevant solution ne zaman olur? Sol tarafta ve sağ tarafta absolute value. Değil mi? Diğer tarafta da negative sayı olur. O zaman extraneous yani irrelevant or non-acceptable answer olur. Tamam.
Mhm.
Şimdi şöyle yapalım Yavuz. Bu çocuklarımıza aynısı bir ödev olarak hazırlanmış burada, tamam mı? Sen buna bir bakarsın.
Mhm.
Tamam mı? Şimdi biz seninle biraz ondan sonra quiz. Bu kısım bitiyor zaten. Yani onu da yapabilirsen iyi olur bir şey için. Çünkü amaç böyle her soruyu hemen baktığı zaman çözebiliyorsan, hemen fikir geliyorsa, that means that you have mastered that skill. That is our purpose. Okay, so that we can take another step. So now let's talk about inequalities. Inequality hakkında ne biliyorsun? Mesela sana desem ki what is a linear inequality? What do can you tell me about linear inequality?
Negative?
Huh?
It's negative?
Linear inequality.
I don't know.
Linear, what is linear equation in one variable?
Like X.
Ax plus b equals 0. That's a standard form of linear equation in one variable. Why one variable? Yeah, was because here we have one variable, right? X. That's why we call this linear equation in one variable. Why do we call this linear?
Why do we call it? Because
Because in math, linear expression means that every variable is multiplied by a number. Such expressions are called linear in math. Mesela with a linear equation, one variable, right? How about linear equation in two variables? It will be something like this. Ax plus by is equal to c. You see how many variables are there? X and y, right? Two. X is multiplied by a, it's a number. Y is multiplied by b, it's a number. So every variable is multiplied by a number. Linear equation. And now can you tell me, Yavuz, what is a linear equation in three variables? What does it look like?
um X plus Y. No,
Ax plus
AX
by,
Y equals CZ
cz equals
0.
d.
D
It's a constant number. Also, we may have or 0 or dd is any number. Now, if I tell you, how about linear equation in four variables?
AX plus BY plus CZ plus D S. I don't know.
C, Z, X, Y, Z, right? Actually, if we have 4, we start with
W.
what letter? W.
Oh,
W,
X,
X, Y,
Y plus Z.
and
D
Z is equal to E.
E. Okay.
And how about linear equations in 5 variables?
What comes before W?
Usually, if we have more than 3 or more than 4, we use subscript notation. So at the time, I can write here that A, the first variable is x1, the second one is x2, third one is x3, and fourth one is x4, and the x5. On the right-hand side, I have some constant, it is C. Actually, we have C already, so for constant, let me just write here. What is it?
F. F.
I can just write F. Tamam. Şimdi bunları anlarsan var ya gerçekten matematik iyi öğrenirsin. Linear equation dediğimiz zaman ne demek istediğimizi anlarsın yani. Linear equation is an algebraic expression where every variable is multiplied by a number. Ama number'lı olmazsa o zaman farklı olur. O zaman polinomial olur. Mesela ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Is it a linear equation?
Yeah.
No.
Y.
No, because here we have x squared means x times x.
Yeah.
So two x are multiplied together. So that's why it's not a linear equation. To be a linear equation, every variable must be multiplied by a number, a constant number. But here, this ax squared demek a çarpı x demek yani. We have the product of two variables here. Tamam mı? Şimdi neyse şeyimize dönelim. Linear inequality demek Yavuz. Linear expression anladık değil mi? Linear inequality is an inequality of the form ax plus b. Either it is greater than 0 or less than 0 or greater or equal to 0 or less than or equal to 0. Yani sol tarafta bunun gibi bir linear expression var. Burada da either we are using greater than or less than or greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. We call this linear inequality. Okay. So how do we solve linear inequalities? Everything is exactly the same like solving linear equation, but only you have to know one thing that is different from solving linear. What is this? If we have supposed that A is greater than B, right? And suppose that we are given a number C, which is negative number. All right. So if you multiply both sides by negative number, so I'm multiplying both sides by a negative number. So we need to flip the inequality sign. Here it is greater, so it becomes less than. And also if you divide both sides by negative number, again, you have to flip the inequality sign. And that's the only difference. The rest of the part, it is exactly the same way like solving linear inequality. Moving number to the left or to the right, multiplying by positive number or multiplying by adding something, okay? Neden bu değişiyor? Hemen bir örnekte şey yapman lazım. Hatırlama için kolay olsun. Mesela 3 is greater than negative 1, right? And let's say suppose our C is equal to negative 2. What happens if you multiply both sides by negative 2? So here I'm multiplying by negative 2, negative 2 times 3, and negative 2 times negative 1. What is negative 2 times 3?
Negative 6.
Negative 6. Negative 2 times negative 1?
2.
2. So which one is greater, negative 6 or 2?
2.
2. So negative 6 is less than 2, right? That's why when you multiply or divide by negative number, you should be careful. The rest is the same. Okay, now we have 5 minutes left. Let's start, and you at home you can practice some questions. So usually, how do you solve the solution of what is it inequalities on a number line? How do you illustrate this using arrow, right? So what kind of arrow? We use an open dot. We use an actually open, but here we have closed. Okay, closed dot for greater than or equal to or less than or equal to symbols, right? Hatırlıyor musun bunu?
Hı hı.
Şimdi örnekler göreceğiz. Use an open parenthesis or dot for greater than or less than. Ya burada equal da varsa close diyoruz çünkü it's inclusive, including that boundary point. Like for example, interval notation is a way to write the solution to an inequality using infinity symbols, parentheses, or and brackets. And parentheses indicate not included or open, and brackets indicate included or close. Like for example, x is greater than or equal to 8. Ne demek bu? Bana soruyorum ki Yavuz, hangi sayılar 8'e eşit ya da büyük 8'den? Kaç tane sayı gösterebilirsin?
Infinity.
Sonsuz tane değil mi?
Mhm.
Infinitely many. And that's why we are using, the line. I'm saying that starting from 8, suppose that this one is 8, okay? So since we have equal sign, inclusive, close, okay, close, all the numbers including 8 to the right, they are greater than 8. How about interval notation? Interval notation, how to show this? Inclusive, right? It says that brackets indicate included or closed. So from 8 to infinity. And how about this? A is less than -1. Suppose that this number is -1 to the left, but not including, right? So all of the numbers to the left of -1, but not inclusive, right?
Yeah.
That's a solution. And how about the interval notation? It is from minus infinity from left to right. So until -1, but not inclusive. It's parentheses. Okay. And also we have just talked about this rule. Can you read this? Solving inequalities.
Follow the same rules to solve an inequality as you do an equation.
Okay. But we have only one difference. Well, what is that difference? Can you fill in these blanks?
The inequality symbol is multiplied divided by a negative number.
Change, or we can say reverse, right? Change or reverse. Reverse the inequality symbol if you multiply or divide by
Negative number.
negative number. That's it. Okay. Like for example, here, move 7v to the left-hand side, 5v minus 7v greater than -17, move -1 to the right-hand side, -1. 5v minus 7v, it is -2v greater than -17 minus 1, -18, right? And now I'm going to divide by -2. So I need to reverse or change the inequality sign. V is less than -18 over -2, which is equal to 9.
9.
So what is the solution here? V is less than 9.
9.
If this one is 9, right, it's open, so not inclusive, so this will be the solution of this inequality. How about interval notation? Negative infinity to 9, not inclusive. Welcome to Math World Yavuz. Simbollarla uğraşıyoruz. Ne olduğunu anlıyoruz. Sen gerçekten çok şey anlayabilirsin. Çok öğrenci yani definition'lar var, vocabulary. Ne olduğunu anlamadığı için çözemiyorlar. Yoksa what I believe that everybody has potential to learn math. The way the teachers teach at school and anyway. Yavuz, seninle ne zaman görüşeceğiz? Çarşamba değil mi? Bu hafta
Aynen hocam.
pazartesi, çarşamba, perşembe, cuma. Sana bunları herhalde gönderdim. Bir bakayım. Göndermediysem tekrar göndereceğim. Notları beraber. Bundan birkaç tane çözmeye çalış. Bu absolute value'da daha fazla çözünce daha zevk alırsın. Bir de şeyin de değişir ya. İlmin ne kadar zevkli olduğunu. Tabii biraz yeteneğin varsa gerçekten seversin. Ve de hep düşünüyorsun ya. Yavuz, çarşamba görüşmek üzere. Tamam. Kendine iyi bak.
Görüşürüz hocam.
İyi
Kendinize iyi
günler. Aha.
bakın.